In this episode of Conversations, I conclude my talk with Scott Fischer. Here, Scott reflects on what accomplishments he is most proud of, and he has some final advice for the Power Sports Dealer Network. Scott, as you look back to 40 years in the business, what are you most proud of?
I think that I would say I'm most proud of the success that we've had as you know, industry leaders. We've always been willing to try new things. It doesn't seem as exciting today because we're not as much in the learning curve inside the dealership, but DLP is an example. We're kind of trailblazing, and that's exciting. But 20 years ago, old Uncle Ed Lemko talked about that you need to have a traffic log, and Uncle Ed said you had to have prepaid maintenance, and Uncle Ed said all these things, and we said, okay, let's try them, and we tried those things. So I'm proud of the fact that we've always been a great student of the business, and they don't all work.
Yeah.
But man, they made us very prosperous, and no regrets.
Excellent. Okay, so my final topic for you is, if you were to give 2 or 3 pieces of advice to the nation's power sports dealers, what might that advice be?
Well, I always say be a student of the business. Okay, and that just clearly means you can never be too smart to stop to quit learning, and you've got to be able to get in a room with people, listen, and not want to be the smartest guy in the room, because you never learn anything when you're the smartest guy in the room.
That's right.
The second thing I tell my team all the time is surround yourself with smart people, and that means reaching out, finding those professional advisors, those coaches, key key friends, that are entrepreneurs or are great business leaders, and learn from them. When you surround yourself with great people, you just elevate the knowledge that you have. And then I think check your ego at the door. We all have egos. I have a big ego, but I think someone asked me what I really meant by that. I said, look, I can't let my ego get in the way of me learning. So they all kind of fit together.
Yeah.
All 3 of those key advices fit together. It's hard for some people to not check their ego at the door, and so they don't tend to learn when they do. So they're not new. They're just 3 key things that I always tell people that make it important. I don't think my staff, I don't think Sean Delaney or Aaron Barney or any of the other staff that are out there working for me today or worked for me before, the one thing they knew is that I never let my ego get in the way of the leadership side. My leadership side was that I really cared about growing people, and growing the business. Yeah. So that's important.
Well done.
We talk about organizational health. We talk about the 4 principles, and we always say the single greatest competitive advantage a business can have is to be healthy. And healthy means, where people are aligned, people want to work there, and customers want to do business there. And it's hard to achieve and easy to lose.
Yes. Right. I agree. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you, Scott. I have enjoyed our conversations thoroughly.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm excited. I'm here at DLP today, and I'm excited to get out and hear the bell ring some more.
Yeah, me too. Well, wishing you the best. Thanks, Scott. Scott Fischer is indefatigable. He has kept his enthusiasm and energy high for some 40 years. 40 years. I think one of the crucial ideas in Scott's final advice, and there were many great ones, is that the moment you find you're the smartest person in the room, you have to be smart enough to find another room. And I don't know about you, but I think we were smart to spend some time with Scott Fischer. Stay tuned. If you have enjoyed our conversation series so far, we've got more in store. Now, go sell something, will you?